It's no secret to anybody who watches this channel and is part of this community consistently that I have Sjogren's disease and SLE. Now, what I've noticed though recently, and I've focused a lot about food in recent times on the channel just out of, necessity to show in real time how I'm living with these disorders and hopefully trying to thrive instead of just survive. But something I've really gotten out of the experience is, really kind of paying attention to grocery prices in general in the local Los Angeles area. And based on my own available income, how what I'm able to afford at the grocery store has a greater impact on my flare-up symptoms. And at this point, I've actually been able to gain a true firsthand experience for, tracking when my symptoms have been the worst over the past, say, month or so versus when they've been better. And I've actually been able to find a couple correlations in my diet based on, again, what's available with grocery funds, basically, to make some comments on. So what have I found so far? Well, the days that I am probably more so feeling rough, my joints are inflamed, my brain fog and fatigue are going full force, just all kinds of different polyarthralgia symptoms, the dry eyes, the skin issues, you name it. I pretty much get the whole gamut of things going on at different times. But there definitely is one sort of a trend that I've noticed, that when that's happening is when I'm eating a lot of cheaply affordable processed foods, things out of cans, things out of packages, oftentimes sugary or just, again, processed, so that it's not natural lean meats or balanced diets with vegetables, starches, like potatoes, rice, etc., that are good for you. Now, when I'm able to cook better, for example, or make some of the dishes I make on the channel, like the South African yellow rice with lots of turmeric, or, the lean meats, such as actual cuts of steak, pork chops, even when I make ground meat, making sure it's good cuts or good quality of ground meat itself and balanced with vegetables, sort of like the Mediterranean style dishes I like to make. On those days, for sure, I'm actually feeling a lot better the next day when I wake up, to a certain degree. I mean, I'm sure if I had a long enough time period where I could eat right, I could properly balance my diet, exercise again, get out and skateboard, and really keep up with my apartment in terms of cleaning and general chores, I'm sure that the symptoms would probably go away altogether, ultimately with the help of the medications that I've been on, particularly the hydroxychloroquine. But unfortunately for me, I've lived a life largely to this date in poverty, whether that be from my younger days and money troubles we would have had as kids, or being a poor grad school student and then having a more kind of turbulent career since graduating with my PhD, couple it in with a chaotic divorce. And, I've never really got the chance to, unfortunately, live the proper lifestyle or show and document how one can live a better life with autoimmune disease and mental health issues like bipolar 1 and CPTSD. So, I think that that's part of, the new directions to this channel community as well, is highlighting how lifestyle and the ability to sort of document and highlight that lifestyle and what good and bad parts come of it becomes a lot of the gold mine of knowledge and value in doing a lot of these things when I'm not able to review products or collectibles the way I would like to. So it's just been something I've been thinking about today, and I figured it was worth a video and a little vlog about it. So Hope you enjoyed or found this interesting, and maybe if we can get our GoFundMe rolling and actually build a monetized community out of this thing, we can actually show what living right with these disorders finally looks like. I have to fear at the end of the day that, without lifestyle changes or something being different, some sort of a miracle type thing happening, I don't know how much longer on this planet I actually would have technically, because I know my mom died prematurely due to autoimmune disease things triggered by illness and, probably lifestyle issues and things. And, while better in certain ways, like not smoking and, pretty much not smoking cigarettes, there's a lot of commonality to the way and eating habits of how I was raised and what I've been sort of subject to over the past 2 years, especially being back into that more impoverished realm relative to the American California experience. So, I really do wonder what could happen if just some sort of lucky break came through and I was able to focus on even eating right and cooking a wider range of dishes, just taking them on first try. Let's see how it goes in a way that really is beneficial to my Sjogren's. Maybe we can even get out there and skate again and show some of the skills that we acquired over the years, and just live a better life as a whole. But at least it goes back to diet and stress in my situation for sure. If I definitely recognize that at times in life when those two things are at their worst, especially from whatever source, that's when the autoimmune days seem to be the worst. So let's see what we can do as a community, I guess, on that note. I'm at a loss other than, I've read and seen a bunch of things about this recently, and it all seems to kind of go back to that as well in other people. And I think it's just one of those things that if you don't get the opportunity to finally live the proper way, you just probably never really get the opportunity to really solve your medical issues with autoimmune and mental illness. It's not just about medications, it turns out. It's much deeper than that. So just something to think about, folks. It's definitely been on my mind the last month or so, especially dealing with a lot of what I have